Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 6th round of the championship here in Highgear Portimao tonight. I'm joined by my co-commentator Jones.
Hey guys.
And today we got some exciting race coming up, I think. We compared to the last two races at Portimao in RPM, we got some dry racing, so I think the drivers are looking forward to the race. We see RPM Baker in a new car. The Snake joined Aston Martin. Jones will like that one.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully we can see the Aston boys get a win tonight, but that's just my bias.
Need to put on my... Yeah, there we go. We see him starting his lap as well. Colin, by the way, is back, so great to see him back. Shadow Master, I'm not sure who that is. Maybe you know, Jones?
No, I'm not aware, but it'd be interesting to see some of the new boys in action.
He said he couldn't make it. That's a shame, of course. And I see Rick joining us in the chat as well. Good evening to you. And it is already some drivers getting their laps in. Do you have any predictions outside Colin winning?
Yeah, you just took my prediction off me. My heart says that the Astons are going to absolutely dominate. My head says that never happens, because that's just me wanting that to happen.
Could be because you're under contract with Aston.
Yeah, exactly. I think already it's looking interesting. We've got 3 people out on the mediums, so I don't know myself what the tyre wear's like here, because we had a mostly wet race, and I think you did too in mid-gear, so it's going to be interesting to see how the strategies play out. But it's a fast time from Colin straight away on the medium.
Yeah, so. Unbelievable. Good time from L as well, only 5 tenths behind. We say only, but still 5 tenths. Normally you would say that's a big gap. We do got some new guys, I think. Ross in the Ferrari as well is new. It's his first race. He replaces, I'm not sure how that works. I am driving a Ferrari, but not sure how it works. He replaces Baker, who is in Aston, so not sure how that occurred. But we see Lewis is joining us as well. His first race in RPM. Welcome to him. Press start for a moment and then return. Okay. Let's start.
And Sprunky's spun just in sector 1. And just had to avoid.
Rick, I just pressed start, so I hope everything is alright now. I'm not sure what happened there, but we continue. What did you say? I didn't catch it. Oh, we lost mentor Brandon.
Oh, another 5-place grid penalty, which won't matter in the grand scheme of things.
CJ Butchis spun off the track, so I'm not sure what happened there actually.
Yeah, there's been a few spinners out here, but it's very easy to drop the back end of this track.
I see Brandon saying, "Is this guy blind?" So I think we got some drama early on.
Yeah, I completely missed it.
Yeah, so okay, Rick is telling us this all good now, so that's great, of course. Oh, Faisal has lost it as well. CJ Butch is still spinning around on the track. Is he having the same conditions as we have?
Yeah, and I see another retirement, Faisal.
Yeah.
I don't know if he retired in the pits on the track map. Oh no, he's crashed out of the last corner.
FCT is going into the pits. Sprunky is on his lap, but it's not a competitive lap. Yeah, that's 25 seconds off or something, so that's probably not his best lap. You look at the gap of the Red Bulls, 3,000ths of a second.
Very close between them.
CJ crashed into Brandon. To be fair, I think maybe CJ Butch was on a lap or an out lap and didn't see him. That's what I think happened, but I'm not sure. we will have
Lucis
to
is
wait.
1/10 up in the first sector here. It's very close at the minute from second down to ninth though, all separated by less than 4/10 at
Yeah,
the moment.
it's really close. I think we follow Lucis for a moment, not that many cars on track, most are on an outlap, so we will keep an eye on him at the moment. Let's see how many time he has gained. He lost some time, as you see Sprunky is there chilling in the grass. Coming up to the final corner, he has done already 2 laps on this tire, so maybe he'll put, yeah, he is going into the pit lane, so we will have a look. I think most are on an outlap right now, so just needs to wait for people starting the lap. I see Evil explaining why Brandon is out and CJ has a penalty. Yeah, I think CJ probably hit Brandon, because why would he get a penalty for that? I'm not sure actually. But yeah, for Brandon it will be at least the last row, I think it is. So as we follow Ross for a quick moment on his first race in RPM, so we will have a look if he can gain any time. He is in P5 at the moment. Oh, he is slowing down. He will not finish his lap. Let's see. We see, I think it's Robastian is on the lap. I saw some people in the comments shouting for him, so he did set a purple first sector. If
Yeah, 2/10 up on his time there.
He's faster than Colin in the first sector, so we'll keep an eye on him. The Alpine driver. Spritzy probably told him to do well, otherwise he will be fired, because I think Alpine has been doing really well at this track. So I think, yeah, I see Brandon in the chat saying that CJ was slowing down on the racetrack, so probably the reason why he crashed, so we got a bit of clearance on that one. Robastian to the line, P2, 2/10 behind.
And Andrew's
Colin.
about to go quicker as well here.
There he is, P3. So people are improving. The Red Bull guys, Elm goes first, then Jetfish is going into the pit lane. Lewis is starting his lap. CJ Butch 5/10 quicker at the moment. Where will he doesn't improve his place, so
Ross is also slightly up here. A lot of people improving at the moment. It's very tight at the top.
yeah, only small margin can maybe gain you 1 or 2 places, so
And he's 2.5 up through the second sector here, Ross.
as we are following him. Can he do it for Ferrari, guys? Of course, Ferrari is doing great at the moment, with Colin scoring a lot of constructor points. P3. That's pretty good, I would say, for Ferrari at least. P1 and P3, I think Richie will be very happy to see Ferrari doing well.
And it looks like FCT best. Oh, he's just invalidated, but Riyad Yamakovic is on a flyer now, so he's going to set a time.
Yeah.
And Leo as well.
Leo on the mediums. Where Jamaikovic, where can he go? Just call him that because his first name I had troubles pronouncing it last time out. P10 at the moment. As you see, I think Leo was, yeah, on the mediums. P4 on the
And
mediums.
that's a very impressive time on the mediums.
It's unbelievable. But Colin is coming around the last corner, so how much time can he improve? Oh no, he's 6 seconds slow. So he probably made a mistake somewhere, I suggest. Do we have anyone on a lap right now? Don't think so. Or Colin is going again. Yeah, he is going 2/10 up in the first sector. So we're following through the roller coaster of sector 2. Easy to lose the car on this part.
And FCT, the best, is about to set his first flyer as well.
And there he goes. He goes into pole position. 3/10 quicker than Colin at the moment. Colin is up by 4/10, so can Colin snatch back his pole position? Ooh, little wheel spin out of that corner there. Oh, and he's slowing
backed out of
down.
it. So it's going to be a battle to get his pole position here.
Yeah, it's not easy for me at the moment. And
so I'm guessing he'll pit, get some fresh softs on, and
well, if he can
get out for one more run.
If he can get the same pace in, he could. He was 5/10 quicker, so we could see him at the front. But still, you need Robastian and Ross aren't that far behind as well, and Leo on the mediums. Strategy-wise, very close. If you look at the down from Robastian to I think Andrew it's only 1.5 so it's really close.
And I think you can't look over Leo here with that time on the mediums.
Yeah, that's unbelievable in the medium time. Lewis into P6. Look how many cars are in the 116.9. Such small margins over there.
What's that? 4 or 5 cars in 116.9s?
So
oh, and Andrew's right on the edge of that as well.
Yeah, and I think Jetfish are mid-gear champion from last season. He could improve as well. So, and I think Bakker is still in the game as well. So we not sure how the top 10 will look like at the end of the session, but that's the interesting part rather than Colin winning everything. So I guess it's positive for the championship.
Yeah, it's a lot of cars in the pit at the moment, so I wonder if it's going to get really busy for that last run. Maybe a bit of traffic on some of these runs.
Did you have a pain? For my self, I had a really trouble getting out of the way in the wet on this track. It's like you can't really move offline, it's all not sure how to explain it, but I feel like it's all blind corners or one line, so offline.
Yeah, and there's not much runoff anywhere, so if you're trying to get out of the way,
you'll distract the driver 100%. So
yeah,
I came out of the pit lane and it's such difficult because on the minimap you can't really see if someone is coming. Yeah, otherwise you need to put on the full map, but I don't have that.
Yeah, and the cars are coming into that first corner so quick.
Yeah,
something you have to watch out for in the race as well.
Yeah, I had 3-4 cars coming all behind each other, and I couldn't stand still on track because that's dangerous. And there was another car trying to make a gap as well. So it's such a terrible track to, I feel like, get out of the way, especially the first sector. A Jetfish is 16.7 on his lap. I told you he could be on for a quick one, and he did. Now, does he have enough time to get a new? I don't think so.
He's either going to have to go again on those softs, but I don't think he'll want to do that, to be honest.
No.
He's already done 2 laps on those softs by the look of it.
Yeah, I think Ross is on a lap as well. He's challenging the other Ferrari driver, so I think we got some great fast new driver in.
And Andrew's about to cross line. Can he get into the 16s as well?
Where does Andrew go?
And he
P5.
does.
16.8. But where does Ross go? P3. He's almost the same lap time as Colin. But then still Colin is 6 tenths up at the moment.
And Leo's coming back out, so he's gone out on a soft, so maybe he's trying to go for pole here.
59, there we go. Pole
wow.
position. And now FCT, who's on his outlap, has a challenge on his hand. Colin probably heard us on the comms saying he wouldn't get pole, and then he puts on this lap.
Yeah,
Just
saying
to
he's in
annoy
trouble
us.
and he's just proved us wrong.
Let's see, who was on the lap again? Lucist, I think, is right? No. Back another 3. Jamajkovic just finished his lap. CJ Butch is not on the lap. Frank is not on the lap.
FCT, the best, is 1/10 up on his own time in the first sector.
He is almost the same sector time as Colin, so we'll follow him for a moment. If you could keep an eye on other drivers a bit.
Yeah. And Rubastian looks like he's had a nice first few corners. It's going to be really tight at the top here. There's going to be a lot of switching of positions, I think.
FCT is up on his time a bit, but he has lost 2 tenths compared to Colin in the middle sector, so can he improve? I'm not sure why I see finish flag. Is the session already done? No, I don't think so. Probably a glitch, I think. Ooh, watch out for the track limits there. As we see FCT, no, he couldn't
quite do it. Leo's
Just 2
10th up on his first sector. Oh, and he's just lost it. Big snap of oversteer. Just ran wide.
Yeah, and that's Leo, but he will start on his medium tyre, so
Yep. That'll have its advantages. Rubastian's looks like he might go quicker.
Rubastian's is first, then we follow back to Lucis. Rubastian into P3.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Amazing lap from him, and Lucis into P5. So a lot of improvements and really close. Look at the gaps from P3 down. It's such close gaps. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I guess it's going to be interesting on strategy though, because Leo's going to be mixing it up in the top 10 with mediums, and I guess the guys behind will try and go different on a strategy, because the top 10, apart from Leo, are all on soft.
Yeah, and you need to... That's qualifying done, so... See, Bakker is complaining about the track limits, they are terrible. The first corner is terrible on track limits.
And that's another thing to note. It is easy to pick up penalties around here, and that could play a big part come the end of the race.
We will look at the first row. We got Colin and FCT, so they are both in P1 and 2, followed by Rubastian and Ross in his first qualifying P4, Lucist P5, Jetfish in P6, Andrew P7, Leo on the mediums in P8, so we need to keep an eye out on that one. Lewis in his first qualifying P9, Alm P10, Bakker P11, Jamajkovic P12, Faisal P13, CJ Butch P14, but he will drop back to last, I think, because of his penalty. Then we got Sprunky, and with no time set because of his crash is Benter Brandon in last place. So, I think the qualifying went by really fast, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did. It was a really tight qualifying, and a lot of changing of positions throughout. It's hard to keep track at times.
Yeah, because it's so close that normally you would see like, oh, maybe this car has a gap, or here you can't predict. Yeah, the top 2 is pretty gone, but then still you need to I think the championship standing FCT is not in P2, right?
I think FCT's in P2, and then it's who got P3 in the end? I've lost track of it even now. Struggling to remember.
We know Colin is in P1, so that's no problem. But then Sminotla, I think it is. I think he's in P2. He is not here, so if Colin wins, the gap between the first and the second driver is so big that with the second half, I don't think it will be caught up. But that's my prediction. If Colin finishes all the races, of course. But there we go. Just need to put on all these. Yeah, there we go. We see Bakker is going for mediums. Jamaicovic is on the mediums. Faisal is on the softs. Sprunky on the mediums, and Brandon choosing for the softs as well. But we put Brandon and CJ Butch on the same row, so that will be interesting into turn 1.
Yeah, and interestingly, Brandon, Faisal going for the softs, obviously trying to make up as many positions as they can early on.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Brandon is doing, by the way. He is creating a bit of a gap, so but we just keep our eyes focused on the lead. As we see in the chat. Everywhere. He's everywhere, Cristiano. Do you have... Who will surprise, do you think? Surprise finish.
I might go out there and say, you know, maybe Learner Driver will bottle it. It's probably not going to happen.
To be fair, I had the same thought in my head before. After qualifying, I thought maybe I was talking about the gap, and I think he could lose it because this is a track where grip and mistakes are easily made. Yeah. So
and
I did think about it. You've got to
go for the bold statement at times. I think you have to.
If it pays off, you. If it pays off, you
should. A betting man.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Bakker could end up on the podium.
Yeah, he tends to have quite good strategy. I remember, was it a race at France that I was watching with you? I think it was in mid-gear where he just absolutely got his strategy spot on. So.
But he changed to your team now, so you know the strategy at Aston Martin. So
absolutely. I'm hoping to see Leo make some good progress as well. I think he could be a really spanner in the works for the top 7.
I just want to see a fight at the beginning, but you need to say the okay, let's go, yeah. We keep that in mind.
Of course.
We don't want to disappoint Shaq, so we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights in Portugal. And they are off.
Okay, let's go.
There we go. And I think it's a good start from Robastian, who is already... we see FCT diving on the inside. FCT is trying on the inside. Oh, it's close. Colin on the outside. No. Colin still has it, I think. But then FCT has a run. He's off the track. Does he dive into the second corner? No. Jetfish on the inside. Ooh, almost.
Alpine got very close there.
Banter Brandon, outside of all that, is in P8 at the moment. From the back of the grid. And Jetfish overtook Robastian there. Speaking of Bakker, by the way, he is in P15, so he lost out some big time. But small attack from SCT didn't work out in the beginning. But it's an early sign that we could get some battle here. Maybe we see a Lewis versus Max, like they both hit each other off the track. Imagine.
Yeah, and Robastian and Jetfish very close here. Robastian might have a look at him over the straight.
See, Banter Brandon is overtaking cars as well. He's up into P7 already. Al's in P6, so good start from these two guys. As Colin is creating a gap. We see Ross is trying to overtake as well in the slipstream of Robastian. There he goes.
Oh, and the front, yeah.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, watch out. Ooh, that was not too smart of a move. I'm not sure if the Ferrari team boss will be too happy with that. On his first race. I don't think he was closing the gap, Robastian, because he couldn't go anywhere. It was just an unfortunate incident, I think.
And that means Brandon made up 9 places on that first lap. Unbelievable start.
He's behind Al as well. He is going for it. He was quick in Imola as well, to be fair. So.
And Leo's recovered and he's up to 7th now on the medium, so he could really come into play if he can hang on to the guys in front.
He is under pressure on the McLarens behind, so we will keep an eye on that. I think the front cars are starting to create a bit of a gap. Need to wait for the DRS, of course. Brandon is going for it. Oh, we see Andrew has lost it, I think. Yeah. He is on the top of the hill. Oh, he's disqualified.
He's been disqualified. Yeah, that happened to someone in low gear as well. It seems to be a strange kind of glitch that it says you're going the wrong way there.
Yeah, it's such... because I had that in Brazil once. You can't really do anything about it. You spin off track and then somehow you get disqualified for being in the wrong way. And
yeah, it's very frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very for him as well. And as we see, Brandon on the inside of Al at the moment.
And Faisal's picked up a penalty there, so we can already see that the track limits are causing havoc.
Yeah, they will come into play at the end of the races. Brandon, a beautiful switchback on the inside. Ooh, on the traction. We just follow him on board for a second. Looking to see if he can overtake. As he is. Maybe wait. I think the DRS is activated if I'm correct.
Yeah, DRS is activated now.
So probably we will see an overtake from him. He is close behind, so same for Robastian, I think it is.
Yeah.
Both Red Bulls under pressure.
I think Robastian might just be a little bit too far back. I'll keep you posted on what happens.
Banter Brandon on the inside with DRS, and he is passed into P5 at the moment. His first laps are amazing to see and to watch.
Yeah, and at the moment with Robastian and Jetfish, it seems Robastian closes up, but Jetfish is just so good off the last corner that Robastian's just a little bit too far to get it done by turn 1.
Could be maybe setup wise, more straight line speed. I just want to ask, I will ask Brandon if he has recorded his start. I want to see that, because I want to see how he got up. Oh, we see Sprunky is facing backwards on the track. That's not something you want to do.
And interestingly, Leo is closing up on Al and Brandon on those medium tyres.
Oh, Sprunky has retired in the pit lane, so he just didn't want to race, I guess.
My early prediction for the way this is going is that Leo could be a podium position here. On those mediums, he's catching the guys in front, and
he could
that strategy is going to really pay off, I'd imagine.
I think he could be on for maybe an even a win. Oh, I see Sprunky coming out of the pit lane. That will cause some problems. Yeah, oh, just with Leo there. Leo ran wide, loses. Oh my. That car is dangerously in the way.
Yeah, I think Sprunky retired in the pit lane maybe, and for some reason it came out of the pit.
I had that same problem I think last year it was, and then it's so annoying because these cars will just randomly move out of nowhere to the side, and you already retired in the pit lane, but then it comes out of the pit lane somehow. So, not sure how that works.
And the front two really have dropped Jetfish now.
Yeah.
So they'll be trying to build that gap to get a nice position when they come out of their pit stops.
I think Colin is slowly and steadily trying to build a bit of a gap to FCT. And Jetfish is holding up, maybe not necessarily holding up, but he can't keep up. And then you see Robastian, Brandon, Al, Leo, and maybe even Lucis all forming a sort of DRS train.
I think another interesting thing for this track is, I know it worked for me in low gear, is the undercut and whether people will try and make that work if they can't get past, because in many sectors it's hard to make a move.
Yeah, and if you have sort of DRS train, it's even more difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
As you see, overtake from Faisal on Lewis, and Bakker is following close behind, so my podium prediction is still down in P11, but I was in P11 the whole race and I got a good result at the end, so still a long race ahead. You could even see a glitch, as we saw. Stupid
And now
game.
3rd to 7th is separated by just over 2 seconds. It's very close between these guys.
I do see that Al is dropping some... Oh, Faisal got another penalty. Al is dropping some time to Brendan. Ooh, Brendan almost losing it. He keeps it on track. Sebastian is really close behind at the moment. Chatfish can't keep up with the top 2 guys. They are really quick in qualifying, showing as well. As we see Sebastian going for the overtake on P3 at the moment. And he has pulled it off, so he is into P3, and now we will see if he maybe can catch up to
And I think Leo's about to make a move on Al here.
follow Leo on board.
It looks like Al's struggling on those tyres a bit, sliding around.
On the inside. Oh, slight touch maybe there. Need to keep an eye on P3, 4 and 5 as well.
There's some good battles going on here.
Do you think that Colin will need to make a second stop? Ooh, Brendan is on the inside. On the outside right now.
I don't know if maybe the front 2 will try and extend those softs as far as they can and then one stop it and run to the end, because their pace does seem to be better than the guys behind, but obviously the guys behind are fighting at the moment.
And it will hurt your tyres as well.
Yeah.
Just something I noticed with Brendan is he's doing the switchback a lot. Oh, we see some weaving going on the straight. It's like a snake.
Yeah, a lot of weaving. And Leo's through on Al. He's got it done before the corners even
Jetfish on the inside. Small touch there, just wheel banging a bit. Great racing into these corners from them.
And that's it. Absolutely.
Oh, the Alpine driver comes back, but then still, we see, I think Brendan is also there.
I think all this fighting is going to allow Leo and Al to join the party, though. They're right on the back of them now.
They're behind, and Leo overtaking Al, so he has a good chance as well. But look at the gap starting to form to FCT as well, so this will massively favor them, because they could potentially slow a bit down on the tire strategy. Oh, we got a spinner.
Yeah, he's just dropped it coming up the hill, backer.
Yep. So my podium, I maybe jinxed it a bit.
I think Leo is looking very good on this strategy at the moment. I think he'll just be hoping these guys pit and get out the way, and he can get some clean laps in.
Yeah, I feel like clean air is massively helpful here, even in the dry. Because the braking points on this track is a bit weird, and even with other cars. As we see Brandon, by the way, overtaking 2 cars in one straight. He's up into P3 at them. Ooh, a bit pushing wide there, mate.
And he's given Jetfish a penalty as well there.
Oh, Leo needs to watch out as well for his wing. It's all close behind each other.
I think Leo might have a run on Sebastian here. He had a better exit, but Sebastian seems to have the pace.
On the outside. Oh. Oh! Their wheels were like into each other.
I mean, it's crazy that we've got 5 cars here separated by what can only be 1.5 seconds, and then the McLaren of Lucis is getting very interested in this. He's catching them very quickly. It's hurting them at the moment for catching the guys out front. Yeah,
and for Leo, with his strategy at the moment, he would like to be close to FCT and Colin, so...
And unfortunately, just being stuck in that DRS train just really hinders you. You want to push on, but you just can't quite get the pace on them.
And I think the softs go like 14 laps, I think it was. So he will need to make the moves by himself currently, and he is going for the move. On Sebastian, no, he just decided to wait. We see someone in the pit lane, so
Lewis is pitted. So
yeah.
we've got our first stopper. I'll keep an eye on what tyre he's putting on here.
Okay. As we see Rodzilla in the chat as well saying Leo trying to do a season 1 Rodzilla. I need to know what that is because I don't remember. I was driving myself, so.
And Lewis has gone onto the mediums.
So it is a regular stop, I think it is, or not.
Yeah, I don't know whether he'll have to 2-stop from there. I don't know how far these tyres get, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not 23 laps, I think, the mediums. It's too far.
Unless he drives like Jensen Button, very smooth.
To be fair, I remember from last season that I pitted around this time because of a safety car and I pulled it off, but my tire wear was so high at the end, it's a bit of a risk, but we will see if it pays off.
And Brandon's got a bit out of shape coming out one of those corners, and it's allowed Jetfish right onto the back of him again.
With the DRS, we are on board at the moment. The ERS is draining a bit, so he doesn't really have ERS to.
Robastian's pitted.
Robastian is into the pit. As Jetfish going for the overtake. Again. On Brandon. But this will help Leo because now people start to pit and he goes to the hard tire. So
it does look like Lewis will have to stop again then for probably soft, I guess.
You mean Lewis? Wait, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
actually.
Lewis at the back.
Yeah.
Robastian will be running to the end on those hards.
Yeah, I think it's he doesn't need to make a stop again. As we see, Brandon is trying it again, but the gap to FCT is getting bigger and bigger every lap at the moment. This is not really close, even though all the battles, but yeah, some guys are already pitting, so the battling is cooling down a bit.
And I am seeing some people going through these corners and getting a slide on a soft, so it does look like tyre wear does start to play a big factor at the end of the run, almost like the tyres are dropping off a cliff.
We look at the telemetry. I think Jetfish is into the pit lane, but Al is. We see most car like on 45%, but Colin is front left is on 60%, so he needs to watch out. But I think we see some cars in the pit lane. I'm not sure who these are, but Leo now. If he can overtake Brandon within one lap, he is clear and he can try and attack the top two guys. So I see Rodzilla in the chat saying his strategy was medium to softs, which won him the race. So probably Leo is trying to do the same, just go as long as he can on the mediums and then go on the softs near the end. And if he definitely has the pace,
won't he?
yeah. He was already quick on the medium, so I think Leo is still in the battle for maybe a potential win. Not sure actually. He is our. Is he our? No, he wasn't our champion last season. No, he wasn't. He was in the battle. That's what I know. If we see Colin is into the pit lane, FCT is continuing. So this is where it gets interesting because Colin will end up somewhere between these cars. So. But we will see. Alan Lucis are pitting as well, and Leo is trying on the outside for the overtake. Doesn't quite work for him at the moment.
If he can get a good exit here, he might just try and shove it down the inside, I imagine.
He does have a lot of overspeed, and he's on the outside. Bit more difficult to overtake there, but he can switch back and get more grip on the exit. He's really close behind at the moment. No, he is not going for it.
And Colin managed to find himself in quite a nice gap. He's 12 seconds behind that battle, or what, 11 seconds now.
He has clean air.
Yeah, so that's really worked out really nicely for him.
He is on the mediums, but I'm pretty sure he will go on. And oh, we see a spinner. It's Jamajkovic is spun round the Williams car on that difficult uphill corner. Godzilla is telling us in the chat he is the vice champ and he joined in round 3, so that's not too bad from him. Speaking about him, he is going for the overtake again, and now I think he has pulled it off, so he can go on and set his sights on the FCT, but still Brandon is hanging on. He's close behind. He has the
I
RS.
wonder if FCT will try and go longer on this stint just to try something different than Colin.
I think as well, Colin is closing in like, ooh, Ross is setting the fastest lap, but he is closing in like a madness, so I think behind Jetfish you see still a lot of training. I see like 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 2 seconds. Bit of a train there.
Yeah, it's got spaced out for these guys though a little bit, because obviously they were running so close together before they pitted, and now they seem to be just outside the DRS train rather than in it.
Yeah, we do see some different strategies. I see Lucis went to the medium safe for Colin, but we see FCT is coming into the pit lane, so we will see where he comes out. Brandon still continuing on because he is going for the overtake on the lead on track right now, but still it's not the virtual lead, so he is back in that position as well. But Colin is putting on the fastest lap, so oh, I think I just caught Leo a spun a bit. Oh no, Leo. He caught a penalty as well. And FCT is behind by some margin. But he has Bakker ahead, so no problem in that case. Do you think that with Leo now being in front on track, but still needs to make another stop, do you think he can keep up with their pace on the new tires and catch them at the end, or it's impossible?
I think obviously that spin and that penalties just hindered him. I think he would have been hoping to clear them earlier on. I think it'd be tough now. I still think he could be in the fight at the end, but I don't think he'll be able to catch Colin or FCT best.
Yeah, I agree. I do think he is on for a podium at least. Maybe Brandon as well, but Brandon is into the pit lane, I see. So it will be exciting to see where he comes out.
And interestingly, Bakker's kind of gone about his business quietly, and he's up there now making those mediums last. He'll just be hoping he can stretch that out and have really good pace on the softs at the end.
Yeah. You know, it's different strategies, and that's fun to watch as well. Brandon coming out of the pit lane. Jetfish there. He's ahead. Jetfish. Quick look down the order there. Lucis overtook L, I think. Faisal is getting a lot of penalties at the moment.
Yeah, you need to have a look. That's 12 seconds of penalties.
That's a lot. That will hurt him a lot at the end of the race. So you see Ross going side by side with him, and he overtook him. Okay, right now the gap from FCT to Colin is 5.8 seconds. I don't think he will catch that. Maybe a safety car will help.
He's got to hope that Colin gets caught behind Leo if Leo's extending, and then he can close up. I think that'll be his hope at the moment.
Yeah. But now, by the way, he is putting on the fastest lap, so not everything is done here. But still, Colin has 0 warnings, and Leo caught another one I just saw on my screen. And FCT has 2, same for Bakker. So with Colin having 0 track limit warnings, he could just do what he wanted on the last lap. How can he still have 0? To be fair, you didn't get a lot of warnings as well, right?
Yeah,
Only the last one.
Yeah, exactly right at the end. Yeah, I think, but I think if you're not going to get warnings, you are already giving up lap time here. That's the issue. You have to drive with a lot more margin for error.
And well, I think Ross has spun. Oh, he's going off the track as well. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't have front wing damage, but Faisal does have front wing damage.
But maybe Ross has cooked those tyres after his spin before.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there exactly, but still. Not a lot of action going on. Yeah.
Bakker will be hoping for a safety car here, because then he'll be able to pit onto the softs and effectively completely turn his race upside down, and he'll be right up there. Oh, and FCT Best gets a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Colin.
If I saw not a penalty, how much penalties does he have?
He's just retired.
Oh, he's retired. Well. He just gave up. I think he was done with it.
He was speeding in the pit lane, so I guess he's retired in the pit lane.
Could be, yeah.
Speeding into his retirement.
Pretty speedy retirement, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
But Colin is behind Leo right now already. So effectively, Leo is a whole pit stop behind.
Yeah. Yeah, and look at him gain, and I mean he's not even getting a slipstream here, and he's flying.
Look at the overspeed. Oh, Leo is waiting for. Oh, Leo is waiting. It's like
FCT Best to be really happy about that.
Oh, we got a great battle here, but he will have better traction, I think, down here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
no, it's still not done. Who has DRS? No one has DRS.
I think Colin has DRS there.
Colin overtook him, so... Ooh, Leo is still close behind.
And even with that battle, FCT Best just didn't really manage to gain any time on Colin there.
No, he was at 6 seconds, I think he was, so...
So it's 5.6, it's 4 tenths he gained from that.
But Leo just doesn't have the tire grip, I think, because his tire was at 58, 56, so...
I wonder if he's just trying to go maybe in a couple more laps and just get really fresh stuff so he can just attack on every lap.
Yeah, because if he would pit now, he would have like 14, 13 laps.
Yeah, so they'll be struggling towards the end, and I guess if he can go 2-3 more, they'll just have enough life to keep going.
But he is risking it right now. But if you look, yeah, Bakker is 10 seconds behind, but he's on the same strategy, so he is going in.
Bakker's pitting.
Speaking about it, so interesting to see where he drops.
And CJ Butcher's staying out, who is on a similar strategy to Bakker.
Yeah, he is continuing, and Brandon is behind him. Right now, I would say that Brandon is probably driver of the day. I would say maybe Leo, but we don't know where Leo will end. But if you can look where Brandon came from and where he is right now.
Yeah, I mean his first lap was, you know, probably the amount of overtakes I've got in the season so far.
Probably lost more than we gained on the first lap, so at least I lost a lot of places on the first lap, so
yeah, I tend to look like I'm going in reverse when I start the race, and he looked like
Bakker picked up he's in P12. If we add 10 seconds to that, he will be around P10, so Leo will come out, I think, P10, or so he will need to overtake a lot of cars to even get close to the podium.
Yeah, I mean the big thing is that on those softs you do just get the better exits out the corner, so and hopefully it'll make you really fast in the DRS zone because you're getting such good exits.
I think at the like the time you gain on these new softs compared to bit older mediums or hards is insane.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? That, I mean, I've had the hards on this season, that they are a real pain at times. It can feel like you're sliding around, and it must be it'd be really tough for those guys to defend the guys on softs coming behind.
Yeah, and the only thing I have is Jetfish is trying it on the inside, and I think he got the move done. The hard tires, I just feel once you
CJ
get
Butcher's on 20 lap old mediums, so might be struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I think his tire wear is probably pretty high. I can't see it on the test system because somehow it won't say me what his tire wear is, so don't know, but it must be pretty high.
The telemetry's telling you he's got fresh tyres by the sounds.
It's 0%, he just pitted. Same for the best.
He's really massaging those tyres, very good on them.
Now, Leo is in the pit lane. Where will he come out? That's the question. He will drop behind Brandon and all the other guys, so...
Yeah, Al's coming round the final corner now in 9th.
CJ Butch on the pit lane as well. Leo is coming how?
He's going to be behind the Red Bull, but should be just in front of Lewis.
Yeah, he is in front of Lewis. So right now he has 11-10 laps to try and gain as many positions as he can, but still some guys don't have penalties, so his penalty could play a factor in the end result. Baker is trying to gain some places on the softs as well, but still not that far ahead. I think if you look at the qualifying from like Ross must not enjoy this race. I think Ross in the last place. He made 2 stops.
Yeah, it's still points though in 13th, and
yeah, definitely.
Obviously, with Colin looking like he's going to take the championship, but you know, in other seasons that can count for a lot come to the end of it. I mean, just look at what happened with Lewis and Max this year.
Yeah, you can lose it on 1 point even. So
yeah,
and I know the feeling, Ross. Every point counts, because I was like in P11, P12 myself in these races, and you still help in the Constructors' Championship. It's better than retiring, so he probably gains more points from the half points that we got yesterday. So it's good to at least see him finish, because you can also just decide to quit. But
and obviously with his teammate being in first, they'll get as many points as any of the other constructors for high gear here.
Yeah, I do think what I've noticed is that we didn't get a virtual safety car or a safety car, and not many crashes as well. It's really clean driving so far.
And it's been, well, there was certainly 2 safety cars in low gear. I'm surprised we haven't seen anything of the sort here.
Yeah, and we got a safety car as well, and a virtual safety car. I think 2 even, so it's has been really clean racing. But these guys are quick, of course, and once they get in a rhythm, then mistakes aren't that easily made. And even when the gaps are now starting to form, chance of collision isn't that high. So, but Leo right now has caught up.
So he can see, in his vision, he can see 5th place in front of him now, further up the road, which would be a very good finish.
But he is entering the DRS. Ooh, Al has gone a bit wide there. Now Leo has more traction.
And you can see just there the difference in the grip from the softs to the hards.
Yeah.
If he can clear these guys quick, he could really
look at the sliding.
put Jetfish under pressure.
I was sliding a lot. And Leo still has a lot of ERS compared to the guys in front of him, so that will play a part in it as well. I think Colin has got this. If FCT having a penalty and he having a 6-second gap.
And I think just the shout out just mid race here to Brandon.
Oh, Leo just tapped the back of him there, and he got another penalty. So he will not be too happy with that, as he will go for the overtake right now. So they're almost touching the side. Oh, I almost hit the back of him, and he broke his front wing. Yeah, right front. I won't be too happy with that. Al has broken his front wing.
It looks like Leo might have moved across just a little bit too early on Al, and I think that's why Al might have moved, hit the back of him. I didn't quite catch it. I was on board with Leo, but it looked like he just moved across him.
I switched to Al, and it was like at the apex of the corner he hit him at the back, so probably didn't expect that Leo maybe to brake a bit earlier, but Leo is already at the back of Lucis right now. But Lucis has no penalties, same for Robastian. But I think he will pull a 6-second gap to 11 lap old mediums with this amount of laps to go. He's so quick.
Yeah. I mean, he's dropped. I mean, I don't think he's doing faster times than.
Loses this into the pit lane. Interesting strategy there. So it's a 2-stop for these guys. And Baker is continuing. He is looking to maybe a P7, I think, if he could catch that. Don't know the penalties, so I'll just have a quick look at that right now.
So Al's not pitted, has he, there? But he's missing the right front wing end plate.
So Baker has the same amount of penalties as. Oh, Brandon has left the session. What's happened there?
Oh no!
I think he lost connection.
Because he's come from. How many positions has he gained?
Yeah, he was
gained 12 positions from 15th to 3rd, and he's been what I was going to say my driver of the day.
Yeah, for me he still is, but he was in the podium position, and you can't join back because that's the rules. And he will lose out. That's such a disappointment for him.
Oh, that's devastating. What a mega race he put in there as well.
And the bad luck in qualifying.
And Jetfish will be thinking
his AI will, his AI is overtaking him. Oh, well, Jetfish is just diving on the inside, but Leo has overtaken Robastian as well. So Leo is on for a podium, I think. Needs to watch out for the AI though, because they can make some weird moves there. But he's passed. What a shame from him. Look, Brandon is losing a lot of positions. I thought he had crashed when I saw that, but then didn't see his name go to DNF, and then I knew I think he had this problem before.
Yeah, he's just put in high gear chat that he's gutted about that, and I'm gutted for him as well. It was an incredible start and an incredible race. I mean, definitely my driver of the day, the way he came through that field.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I've raced with him in another competition. I had some great racing with him for almost a complete race. He's such a good racer and clean as well, and then having these problems, it's very devastating to see. But to be fair, I'm not sure how it works. This needs some maybe some staff in the chat need to help me here, if they are in the chat. Does he get points if he finishes like P10 or something? Do you know how that works?
I'm not sure myself. I hope he gets some points.
Yeah,
he definitely deserves them.
Yeah, technically he still finished the race. His AI, he didn't DNF out of the race, so I'm not sure how that works, but still. I was in the pit lane.
Very tight there with Leo and Jetfish side by side.
Just switching to that right now. Is Leo So Leo has 3 seconds extra of penalty, so...
Yeah. And I think Jetfish is going to try and defend as much as he can, but I think he'll be powerless when you see the traction of those soft tyres.
Someone has a quiet race. I think CJ Butch is in P8. Lucis is probably overtaking him right now, but as I said,
and CJ Butch is up 8 positions from his start, which I assume will soon be 9 because of...
yeah. Leo.
Well, it might not be 9, but Brandon might be going very slowly.
Leo is past Jetfish and into P3, and he will not catch the car ahead because 22 seconds in 4 laps is a miracle if that happens. Or we need an Abu Dhabi situation here, but don't think that will come out. So as we see Lucis, then I think it's Lucis overtook CJ Butch there, and Al and Ross are fighting as well. Ross is on all mediums.
A brilliant race by Bakker in the end here. I mean, he drops down quite massively on the first lap. I think he must have dropped 4 or 5 places. And
yeah, he was last, I think, on the first lap. As we see Al and are next to each other, bit of touching there. Oh, wheel banging. Al has the fresher tire and he finishes the overtake, but Colin will soon gain up on these guys. He is going for it again. Ross doesn't really work though. If I saw us left the session, he already DNF'd out of this race. So
and interestingly, Jetfish is hanging on to the back of Leo here, and Leo needs to stretch his legs and build up a 3-second gap to him.
And Robastian will jump both of these guys because he doesn't have any penalties, and Leo has 6 seconds, so he needs to create a big gap to him in these last laps.
The penalties are coming into play. Hopefully no one does what I do and gets himself another penalty with about 5 corners to go.
Yeah. Well, Colin could get some penalties here. He still has 0 warnings. Same for Brendan, but yeah, his car is on AI. So speaking about that, Lucis is overtaking him right now. The AI pushing him a bit wide there. Is Colin already on the back of them? Oh, he can see them, but
I think he's got 8 seconds to FCT best. He could just relax and not.
Oh, what is Ramaikovic doing? Yeah, he needs to move out of the way because he does have blue flags right now. Imagine if he takes him out. No, just let him pass. And now we got the Ferrari boy as well. Ross letting his teammate. I think lapping your teammate. Yeah, it's Colin, so it doesn't matter. But if you get lapped by your teammates, normally it's not something fun to have.
Yeah, maybe the team principal will be having a little word.
Still Richie, although he isn't racing with us anymore, he is still our team boss, I think, at Ferrari, so maybe we'll also get to see some talk, but still, it's his first race in RPM, so we don't blame him.
And Colin is just so quick.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I mean, the front 2 are 22 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. It's absolutely crazy.
It's like Lewis and Max.
Yeah, literally.
If it was a full race, these guys would be like a minute ahead. They would lap almost everyone with this pace.
When I watch these guys, I'm just glad I race in low gear because I think I've been lapped about 3 times by now.
Yeah, I was in this high gear and just pushing all the way through, and then still you feel like you can't catch up. They're so quick, it's unbelievable. And in mid gear, it's not like I'm easy winning there as well, so it's more of a challenge.
Maybe we should form our own gear.
Yeah. the Jones or Luke gear. Oh, Leo!
Oh no! Oh! Well, it's probably too late for the safety car. That would have made things interesting.
Oh, if Leo!
And that will mean Robastian, if this virtual safety car lasts, he could be on for the podium.
Is the virtual safety car?
I think it'll be virtual safety car, will it? No, it won't
No,
be.
it's continuing on.
Just a yellow flag
Oh,
from sector 1.
Leo.
And you could just see it as well. I was watching it and he was just trying to save it, and it was just gutting.
I saw it as well. I just switched to him. Colin is saying the fast lap. He's on the last lap, so I switched to him. To be fair, Bakker is in P5, and I set podium for him. He's not that close, but still, I was
not
close.
Not far off.
Yeah.
I said Leo for the podium, and into my
bit of a jinx
my whole prediction. My prediction has just gone downhill in 30 seconds.
Yeah. So you just need to wait for the penalties, I think, to kick in, and then see what our final result is. Maybe try to see if you can already get some questions in, but we don't know the podium, but we know the top 2 guys, so we can't invite them in the middle of the race. They will be like, what the hell is going on here? Oh, Robestian picks up a penalty.
Oh,
he's done a U.
Exactly, and he's got the podium sorted there, because it looked like Jetfish just couldn't extend it.
That's so Jetfish will be very happy with seeing that.
Unless Jetfish wants to do what I do as well, and he'll go and get himself a penalty at the next corner.
But still, after the very long race, our winner from almost every race, Colin, will get another win as the Ferrari both crossed the line at the same time. Amazing race from him. FCT has closed up very much, but still it's P2 for him. Great race, the only one who could keep up a bit with him. And then the hard guys, that sounds a bit weird, but still. Jetfish will come home in P3 after Robestian got his 3-second penalty on the last lap. He will be in P3. Robestian will be in P4. I think he will be a bit disappointed with that. And I think the next car crossing the line will be very happy with this result. P5 for our boy Bakker in the Aston Martin. You will be happy with that, Aston Martin.
Absolutely.
Loosest is coming round in P6. A bit of a quiet race, but still good result for the McLaren driver. CJ Booch from the last place, finishing P7 on track, but I think Lewis will get him. Yeah, Lewis in his first race, P7, great race from him. CJ Booch finishing P8. Then we got crossing the line in P9, and we see the AI of Ross. And no, not his AI, but Ross is crossing the line in P10 and Brandon in P11, followed by Jamajkovic in P12. Wow, that was a race. It's some great battling in the great battles in the beginning, and then at the end the gap started to form. We have seen an exciting race and qualifying, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. It was crazy how close some of them got at times.
Colin
Absolutely gutted for Brandon
and
Leo, that mistake at the end, but some great racing from all the guys through the field.
It's a bit disappointing. I think Brandon is still my driver of the day at the end, maybe Bakker, but Brandon was on for that podium, and I think he deserved the podium as well, but still unfortunate for his disconnection. As we will get a look at our final results here tonight, we got Colin in P1 with the fastest lap as well, fastest of everyone today, followed by FCT, the one who could challenge him, in P2, followed by Jetfish. Then we got Robestian, a great result from him as well. Bakker in P5, coming from P11, he will be happy with that. Lewis is P6, Lewis, great race from him on his first race in RPM. And then CJ Butch in P8, a bit of a quiet race, but he got the result from P16, followed by Al, who may be a bit disappointed getting that wing damage. Ross in P10, difficult race maybe for him, starting P4. Brandon P11, of course, deserved that very good result. Jamajkovic in P12, and then Leo, Faisal, Sprunky and Andrew all didn't finish the race. I think we have invited our top guys to the party. I'm not sure if they will join, of course, but I think we got one happy guy in the chat, Bakker P5. So You should have done it in the Ferrari, maybe. Then we'll be happier. Jones will be happy with that for sure.
Yeah, another good result for the Astons. I said that was one of my predictions at the start of the race. It turns out my heart knew more than my head.
Yeah, Ferrari got one good one, maybe bad result, but still. I think we have had some great racing tonight, and don't think the guys are joining. You did invite them as well, right?
Yeah, all three. So maybe they're not joining. But great racing from all three of them.
If no one wants to join, then that's fine, of course. Yeah, congratulations to the top 3 guys tonight. Colin, FCT and Jetfish. Next week we'll be back at Silverstone for a sprint qualifying, so Colin will need to show off his pace at the back of the grid. And we will be back next week first with Logier and Jones, of course. He will get his home win. And then and then the day after I will be there, and then High Gear is back as well for round 7 of the championship. I'd like to thank you all for joining in tonight for a great race. I will think, don't know if Jones has any last words.
No, I just really enjoyed watching it, and yeah, some great racing. Shame for Leo and Brandon at the end, but that can happen. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I don't think Brandon showed his pace, so he knows he's quick, and that's important as well. So maybe next week he has a bit more luck and could get a good result. So thank you all,
sure.
and good evening, and see you later.